world. I am sitting out front outside of my abode on Friday evening, and it's probably going to be really loud because cars are going by. It's super warm again. I think it's like 83 still here. And I got these cool shades that I wanted to wear on camera because my boyfriend got them for me as a birthday present that I was reluctant to go get with him. I was like, I just want my shitty, cheap glasses because I'm going to break them. So I do not want anything nice. They're like the kind that had the bifocals down here. And he's like, babe, you gotta go check these out. The transition glasses, you're gonna love them. And I'm like, nah, I'm not that uppity. I just want the shitty ones. I'm good with that. So, anyways, I finally gave in, and I freaking love them. They transition with the sun, and you know, in the car and whatnot. So they're kind of also intimidating. Like you can walk in somewhere and you got the nobody can see into your eyes. Some people like it freaks them out. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but that's what I got right now. So yeah, I'm sitting out front, and let's see what's going on this weekend. Hopefully I can chat with some of the people that I'm kind of like enjoying getting to know, and there's some connection, and we might go live with some conversations. This musician friend of mine that I met on the Lori Ladd platform, she's incredible. And she and her partner talking about just their lives are so deep and rich in lived experience in ways that are well beyond what I've experienced, like foster care and addiction, like really intense stuff. I mean, I've had a lot too, but different. It's just different. So I'm looking forward to conversing with them, and my friend Raphael, who I've worked with on some interviews. He is in Barcelona, and I met him on Brian Henry's platform. But yeah, he's such a cool dude, and he's just he's got these really powerful, powerful soul. So I'm going to chat with him maybe. Looking forward to that. And let's see, tonight, I don't know. I think we might go find some dessert, might go hunt some down. I don't know. Feel like getting out of the house a little bit. This whole misinformation, disinformation thing has been like a mantra, or not a mantra, just a theme that is like rolling around in my head when I want to obsess about thoughts and don't really feel like stepping outside of the hamster wheel. I get obsessed with that whole thing that's going on in the society right now, where we've got to control the hate speech and just seeing the darkness. I think that's what it is. We can't control it. We've got to see it all. And I was thinking about Trump and how polarizing he is, and to this day, how so many people just get lit up over him. And I did too. I did for a long time. Totally lit up by him. On the other side, quote unquote, and again, I don't really play in the politics too much. But yeah, what was I saying about that? The misinformation, disinformation. What is it really? I mean, is everything that comes out of a person's mouth not have some value in terms of it being said? Why is it dis, hate, whatever? I think Trump was a vector for a lot of people's unresolved or unseen or unintegrated wounding, including my own. Yeah, I was like this white privileged dude that just is a womanizer and hit every button that I had. And it's not like I am a supporter in any way, but just not as triggered by the whole thing, just kind of observing it. It's kind of funny. If it wasn't not funny, it's all funny. I don't know. Yeah, but I really feel strongly that we should be able to say, we should be able to speak out what is coming up. And if it's hard for people to hear, it's hard for people to hear. It doesn't mean we have to plan around it or And I guess, the threats that people might make in terms of hate speech, that might want to be noted, but this idea that we can control it and cover it up like it's going to go away, it will get worse. I think that Trump kind of unearthed this darkness, this dark segments of society that are really, like we'd say, hateful. But it wasn't that was what he was professing, but somehow it was like they felt validated. And just observing that, in forums, like listening to lives with different podcasters and watching the chats and seeing how quickly people react without even really applying any critical thinking. And I'm not saying I do all the time. I observe a lot of reaction from myself, a lot of reaction. So, but noting it, and giving myself compassion for it. Oh gosh, so serious. So I'm going to go, to the grocery and hunt out some dessert. Hopefully not too horrible. I don't know. I'm in it. I'm in the life. I can't always be like this. Well, I'm not going to eat sugar. I'm not going to drink caffeine or smoke pot or whatever. I'm just doing the best I can day in and day out and trying not to hold a lot of judgment around it. It's hard, though. It's hard. There's this kind of still pervasive programming of idealistic and appearance and all that stuff. So I really try to come on here as raw as possible, as you can tell. As fucking raw as possible. So but the shades, damn, they're the bitch. They are awesome. Thanks, babe. Yeah, it's so multidimensional right now. There's so many variables and there's so much that we think we know. And that's the other thing, is not judging another's what they're doing. I think we can't really be in another's body position in any way. We can't walk. It's the saying is walk a mile in other people's shoes. And that's great, but I don't think you can really necessarily do that. You can relate, you can resonate, but you don't know the nuances, the ins and outs of another's mojo, what they've been through, what they've seen. And we try to generalize and homogenize and try to reach this norm or whatever, or perceived. What am I even talking about? Just the trouble with being a human on this planet. Yeah, that's it. But the misinformation and disinformation, I just think it's all information and we should hear it all. If it's dirty and wrong and raw, that's okay. Let's just see it. Haven't we all been dirty and wrong and raw at times? Come on. I know I have. And I don't like to look at it sometimes. Even, in the day. I think being aware of who we are and then living in the realities that we live in is freaking hard as F. It's like oh wow, I'm in this really tough situation, and people in my immediate vicinity think I'm completely whack, and that's okay. I think there's some respect there too. I try to have it for them. I think being aware and whatnot. Oh, there's my daughter, Sarah. Give me a few minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll wrap it up in 5, babe. Yeah, silliness. Can't be too serious. Life is just not going to accommodate that for me. Fuck it all. Anyways, misinformation, disinformation. It's all information. Can we get over trying to be butthurt because we have to hear something that triggers the crap out of us? Isn't that what we want to happen? So we can get to the bottom of the freaking barrel, hit the bottom, face down, lights out, all the way down. Because there is no hiding from it. There is no freaking hiding anymore. That's what I feel like personally, professionally. If I was professional, I'm really kind of on a rant. But thanks for watching. Whoever's watching, I'm looking. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's just great to sit here with the wild hair and the town sounds and just rap. Like I was saying, the people I live with are just wonderful. I'm freaking blessed. But yeah, we're just think about things differently, and no right, no wrong, no just it's just the way it is. So finding the common ground and rocking with that. And being okay that I'm not super all organic and I can't do it all natural and I can't fast every day. And yeah, there's so many hooks hung out there for us to try to attain. And wow, yeah, just accepting that you're doing the best you can and not trying to fix it. Yeah, Lori Ladd did this thing that I clipped. It was her Untangled, her podcast. She really just explains things really well. For me, it resonates. Most of it. Some of it, I'm like, man, that's luxury problems, babe, but you're awesome. Because she'll explain it, and I'll be like, oh, I can totally relate to that. And then there's just such deep nuggets. But anyways, not trying to fix anything. Having a lot of compassion for ourselves, like I've said over and over. So again, with the misinformation, disinformation, it's just, if a human being is saying it, it's important. It's important that we hear it all. The ugly, the dark, the perpetrators. Yeah, it's the only way. And it's some reflection. It's some reflection of all of us. Yeah, and that's hard. It's hard to own that and live it. Especially when you see suffering, rote suffering in your immediate family due to the systems of domination and control. The whole, I was down a rabbit hole today with this guy that wrote this whole article about, or book about facial, how our cranial, all the nerves in our faces, and there's been injuries over the years with the introduction of a lot of heavy metals and, you know, food and industry and the soils and vaccines and everything, and how hard that is on our system, and how a lot of people have these uneven, crooked smiles, and it's contributed to autism and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So fascinating. And I kind of knew that. We can't ignore what's coming into us and pretend like we know. I think that's what we're finding out. We really don't know. We've kind of bootstrapped, band-aided all this stuff. Yeah. Oh my goodness. My daughter's texting me right now. I think I'm going to lose my flow. But thanks for listening if you're listening. And I hope everybody out there is realizing how awesome they are no matter what. Have some compassion for yourself, because there's variables. This is my whole thing. Variables, seen, unseen, conscious, unconscious, subconscious, within and without, that impact us, that we can't really truly walk in another's shoes. So just keep listening to yourselves, observing and being like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have a little compassion for you over that, because I know the history. I know that. So over and out. Love to all out there. Have a good evening. I still don't know how to turn this flicker off.